Good evening, degenerates, and welcome back to another episode of Degen Hours. We are so excited to have you guys, and this week is extra special because last week was the first time we hit the Mortal Lock Parlay.
Let's go, baby.
If you didn't see the Wednesday roundup, we gave away $350 to one subscriber, and we could not be happier about it. This is the first time we've been able to hit a parlay and give away money. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And we have a huge episode planned. A big week in NFL and another big week in college. We have a bunch of headline games to talk about, and I know our cards this week are going to be huge. And let's just go ahead and hit another Mortal Parlay.
Let's do it as well.
Let's talk some.
Let's make a 4-leg parlay. Let's hit it.
Yeah, this week's a 4-leg. I'm the only one out of it. But let's go talk some football. Let's talk some NFL.
Let's do it.
Hello, mates. It's Cheerio. We are across the pond for this one. We have the
Pippa-doodly-doo.
All right, enough of that. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars, technically at the Buffalo Bills.
Home game.
But
big home game.
It's really the Jags home away from home. They're in London. Buffalo minus 5.5. The total is 48.5. Tate, how are we feeling? Jags home away from home.
Oh my gosh.
Are you riding the Jaguars?
Dude, Jags 2 weeks in a row.
Back to back.
They don't lose in London for some random reason.
London town.
I'm all over the Bills.
Wow.
No.
Like, all over the Bills.
What the heck?
I'm sorry. I know I was getting you a little hyped up there because I loved the Jaguars last week.
Yeah.
But they looked awful.
Last week was the play.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was the play. I think we all.
Jacksonville's
Falcons
offense last week was terrible.
Yeah,
it looked
great.
Awful. And the Bills looked electric. I don't care if they have more rest or they play well in London. They didn't play well in London last week.
Yeah.
They played okay.
Kill them. The Bills are 10 times better. Jags are so much worse than the Dolphins. It's like not even funny. And the Bills killed the Dolphins. This is a home game for the Bills, technically.
So you're all over Bills minus 5.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This is going to be one of my biggest bets of the week.
Wow.
How is this like Bills are home? I'm sorry, I didn't follow that.
No, it's the same. Jags were home last week.
Yeah.
Bills are home this week.
You
gotta have a home team, but none of them are home.
Yeah.
It's in London.
The Jags do play London game every year.
They do. Yeah.
So there's a lot of Jags fans over there. Yeah. Ryan, I have a feeling what side you're going to be on here, but go ahead and let everyone else know.
Tell me Josh I looked at this line for a while and makes no sense. It was tough for me. The only reason I'm going with the Bills is because take out their first game of the year, the weird Aaron Rodgers thing goes wrong, like the Achilles, the whole stadium erupts, the return for a touchdown, every crazy thing. Yeah. They've been, in my opinion, the most dominant team in all football.
They've scored 38 points every game.
Take that week one out.
Since week one.
And my opinion is on both sides of the ball. They've been the most dominant team in football, in my opinion. So I think they're just going to win. I just don't want to bet against the best team in football. I do love the over in this game, though, because I think the Bills are going to score a lot. And the Jags, they just have to find an offense. They have, names on a paper, they have one of the best offenses, out there.
You would think they could.
You'd think they'd be able to score. I don't know what's been going on. The drop passes have been terrible. Lawrence, Lawrence has
ETN can't find holes.
Lawrence hasn't found his rhythm either.
So. But he does at the end of the year normally. Hopefully he'll start now. But I don't know. I just love. I'll have to take the Bills to the best team, but I do love the over scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be one of the heavier bet public lines there's going to be out there.
Yeah.
It's neutral field, and you have the Bills under touchdown favorites against anyone, especially a team that's been struggling offensively and had a couple bad games on defense.
Yeah.
So I'm actually surprised this line's 5.5. I get why it's not like a 9 or an 8-point spread.
They have to travel
because it's the delay and stuff. I don't know. The Jaguars are not the team I thought they were going to come out looking like, but they've shown flashes. Their defense is really good. They had a really bad game. They had one really bad game against the Texans 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Every other game the defense has played, they've looked pretty good. Week 1, the Colts had some weird spots where there was turnovers and they scored. Then they looked great against the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes only scored 2 touchdowns. And then last week, the Falcons weren't really doing much. I think they scored maybe one touchdown for the game.
Yeah, they're terrible.
But yeah, regardless, I think the defense is really good. So I'm going to take Jags plus the 5.5. Hopefully they win. I like the Jags. I don't think they're going to win though, but I'll take the points here. Maybe a 3-point game.
Yeah, I am very much siding with kind of Tate on this one. I think the Bills are an absolute dominant juggernaut of a team. Not too sure if I would say they're the best team in the NFL, but they are certainly, like I said, juggernaut of a team. Ryan mentioned the Bills have failed to score less than 38 points in their past 4 games. I honestly don't know what to choose for a side here, but the over a 48 is just automatic for me. I mean, if the Jags only have to score 10 points or the Bills score...
That's assuming the Bills can put up the 39 on the Jags. But yeah, I follow the logic there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I trust it. I like the over here. That's the only thing I'm taking, but I'm going to bet it very, very heavy.
Nice.
This line kind of scared me because I don't know. You guys were saying you get why it's not like an 8-point spread. I honestly... I get the travel.
One team gets a stay.
Yeah.
No, one team gets to stay. One team has to travel, but it's not like they're traveling from far. Like they were home in Buffalo, and
but it's also the NFL. Like
no,
the Ravens
also the
across the
change,
point
right?
favorites to the Texans.
Yeah.
Or the Colts or whatever.
Like,
Jags are also a future 13 win.
This makes no sense to me for this line, which is why I'm not going to really touch it. If I had to give out a pick, I mean everything says go Bills, which is why this line makes no sense. So I would just say sprinkle in the Jags plus 5.5.
I know, Mark. Yeah.
Don't know why, but that's what I would do. I'm not really going to bet this game. I think the Bills win by 14 points, but I don't know. It just is a scary line.
Is everyone forgetting the Jags won by almost 20 points last week?
No, the Jags dominated last week.
They won like 34-10, right? Or something like that?
24-7.
24-7.
Yeah, they dominated
It was
last
against
week.
the Falcons, though.
Falcons they were 2-1 going into last week.
Okay, but I don't care about records. You can look at the
No, I
team
agree.
on, like,
I agree.
This is the Bills we're talking about. During the regular season.
And the Jags play well in London, and like they've rest.
The only thing for me, because the Bills are extremely dominant, like historically with Josh Allen during the regular season. The only thing for me is this is just kind of one of those games where I know Trevor's been struggling, and honestly, I would probably you could make the same thing for like a Joe Burrow game too, where like he's been terrible this season.
Yeah.
But like in a big game, like quarterbacks kind of know how to just bring themselves out of it a little bit. Like if it was a playoff game tomorrow, like people would public would probably still bet on Joe Burrow to win the game over Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Just because like they know what he can do. I know what Trevor can do. I think it's a big game. So that's why I would say bet Jags plus 5.5. I'm not really going to touch this line though.
Yeah.
It's a scary line.
It is.
Because they could go down early and never catch up.
Yeah, I just pulled up the public money. It's 84% of the bets and 73% of the money are on the Bills. So
yeah.
Definitely.
Public is on fire, though.
Definitely.
Public has been on
For
fire.
NFL, specifically
For NFL.
For NFL.
The team that the public was hammering last week, the Kansas City Chiefs, who did not cover against the Jets.
No.
They go
Mahomes slide.
They go to Minnesota and play the Vikings. Kansas City's -5 now. Total is 53. Mario, what do you like in this game?
I love the under. The Chiefs, outside of excluding the Bears game, which every team scores 35 to 40 points on the Bears.
Yeah.
Excluding that game, they've scored 20 points per game. This is not the same offense that's like the Tyreek 60-yard, 70-yard touchdowns.
They don't have receivers.
No, they don't. Yeah. But so Mahomes has to change his style. He's very methodical on his drives. It's like Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, 6 yards, Isaiah Pacheco, 4 yards. Like it's very methodical. They wind the clock down. They play to win. They don't play to cover. They don't play to like put up as many points. They don't have the players for that. So it's really just like Mahomes, Kelce, and Mahomes just like having to be perfect, which, I mean, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. So give me the under because I think the Chiefs defense can take care of Kirk Cousins, and I think the Chiefs are going to win. And if the Chiefs have barely been scoring 20, maybe they score 24 this game, give me the under 53. I don't know why it's so high. Give me the under.
Oh, like it.
Kind of odd that you're going to take the under, but not take the points. I have a kind of similar mindset as you, where I do think the Chiefs defense is kind of solid enough, keep this a close game, and Chiefs offense has, like you said, a lack of weapons. The scariest part for me is that 86% of bets are on the Chiefs, but 47% of the money is on the Vikings. I'm just going to go with anti-emotion and bet based off stats. I'm going to go with Vikings +4 here just because of how the public is.
You're getting 5 by the way, so it's +5.
Yeah,
+5,
I think Vikings. I think the Chiefs could win by 3. So like Vikings But also, Chiefs could win by a touchdown. But I think the
Yeah.
under. I just like the under.
I think the
Sorry.
Vikings are the best one-win team in the NFL. They have an electric offense and one of the best receivers in football. But I really think this is a bounce back spot after a really gross game against the Jets. I don't know. Something about this Chiefs team, the fact that they are playing bad but still winning and like in control of the division and their destiny, like it feels watching the Chiefs games that they're not having a good season. Like you watch them and be like, ugh, like they're whatever.
I don't think it's a bad season. I just think it's not that electric
No,
Chiefs that we're used to.
That's what I mean. But like,
Our
if
standards
if
are
you
so
don't look
high.
at the
Yeah.
standings or the score of the game and you just watch like game film, you're like, this team's like not the Chiefs we're
like
used
mid,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, but they're still the Chiefs and they still have the best player in all of football.
Yeah.
So
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes.
I mean, I don't know. I think this is easy to me. I'm taking the Chiefs, and if the Vikings can stay within the number, but the Chiefs win by less than 5, then sure, I'm happy to lose that. But I don't see the Chiefs ever losing this game.
Yeah.
And so I think there's more chances they end outside the 5 than inside the 5.
No, yeah, this is a classic bounce back game for Mahomes. I think this offense does wonders on the Vikings. Mario was saying that they didn't score on any team besides the Bears. I think the defenses they played besides the Bears have been tough, actually. Like the Jags, you were saying, they played a stout game. The Jets, we all know, are a great defense.
Yeah,
There's nothing
Jets are
around
a
that.
solid team.
And then the Lions week 1 was just, I mean, they're not the best defense that it was week 1.
Lions
I think,
D has also not been playing.
But that was
bad
also
this year.
without Travis Kelce. But I'm saying
so I think with against the Vikings defense is atrocious. Like,
I wouldn't go that far.
They're pretty bad.
I mean, they're very bad.
Aren't they like?
They have a good pass rush.
Aren't they
though.
like 31st in the NFL for?
I mean,
Their secondary is 31st in the NFL.
I mean, whatever it is, they're not great. They lose games
no.
because of
they
it.
can. They can.
And I think this is going to be. I love the over. I know you love that. I love the over.
Yeah.
One in my mind, I would have chose the over already, but I would in my mind I was like, oh, it's going to be 45.5, 46. Opens at 53.
Yeah.
This is just too massive. They know it's going to be a shootout, or like score's going to be 31-17, and Kirk Cousins is going to do the fantasy thing at the end of the game, where he just throws for touchdowns,
Yep.
even though they're down by 20.
Yeah, I love it.
So
That's
I love the over, and I'm never
my
going to
QB.
bet against the best player of all time.
Wow.
Will be the best player of all time. So
Tom Brady's playing.
no, he's
That's
not.
crazy.
Mahomes is.
Tate, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, you've got Mahomes and the best player in the NFL, and then you've got Kirk Cousins and that Vikings offense that quite literally just love to score. I mean, he loves to throw the football. They love to throw the football. They score a lot of points, and I think the Chiefs will keep up with him and win the game. So I absolutely love the over in this game. I think Mahomes is due for a game where he's going to throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. Travis Kelce is going to have
agree.
1 or 2 touchdowns,
I love
120
that.
yards. Like
Well,
it's gonna.
it depends if Taylor Swift's at the game.
Well, he actually doesn't
He
want her
did
to be
terrible.
there.
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't-
did
He doesn't want her
terrible.
to be there.
He hasn't been getting
performed.
he hasn't been putting in like
He hasn't
maybe,
done anything.
Maybe he's not performing on or off the field with her.
Oh.
No, he's definitely performing off. I can
Oh.
tell you that.
Oh, I think that's
I have my
why. I think that's
sources.
why he's not
I have
performing
my
on the
sources.
field.
I do my fantasy research.
You're
very
saying
well.
you're saying he's already tired going into the
Yeah,
game.
that's what I'm saying. He's
He
very
doesn't-
tired.
he doesn't have
the
his
night
sea
before, he
legs.
didn't have enough sleep.
He doesn't have his sea
This
legs
week,
under him.
she has to perform somewhere.
Where are you implying?
He doesn't have his sea legs under him. It's all right.
Yeah.
But no, so you're going Chiefs.
Chiefs to cover and over.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I'm actually at the over as well. I like the over now that you said it. Mario, you had me on the under, and then this side of the table kind of swayed me the other way.
No, it makes sense to go over, but I don't know.
But you're
It's a
under.
massive
It's a big number. I think it's
Massive.
easier
Big
to go
number.
under than
It's a huge number.
It is
yeah,
a
it's
big
a
number.
huge number.
Another pretty big number for the total. Eagles at Rams. Eagles, Philadelphia, -4.5. Total is 50.5. And we might see Cooper Kupp back this week.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
One of the best players in all of football, been sidelined for 4 weeks. We have not seen him.
Yeah.
If he comes back this week,
They got their second best receiver back.
I
It's
know,
going to
it'd
be
be great.
amazing.
wow. I mean, who's Stafford going to target?
Yeah.
It's his dream. He's really
Yeah,
loving life.
Yeah.
He's got Braxton Berrios. He's got Cooper
wait.
Kupp.
Where you?
mean
Braxton
Puka
Berrios?
Nacua?
No, not Braxton Berrios. Who's the
Puka
Yeah.
Nacua.
No, no. I know Puka. Who's the
Andrew Atwell.
No, who's
Dan
the third guy?
Jefferson.
No. On the Brown or on the Rams.
Higbee?
We've named all of them.
No, it's the white
Higbee,
guy.
Van Jefferson, Puka,
You just named
Cooper
all-
Kupp.
No, it's the other receiver. Whatever. There's one where Michael, throw it up in the edit right here.
Sure.
Who the person I'm thinking about is this guy.
I'm
He has-
sure it's somebody we just said.
it's not someone you just said. But yeah. Anyways, I'll go ahead and start here.
Ben Skowronek.
Oh,
Ben Skowronek. Ben
Skowronek.
Skowronek. Yes.
Skowronek.
Thank you. That guy.
Does he play on the
Still hold him up right here. Yeah. Great guy. Doesn't matter how many receivers he has. Eagles -4.5 is easy. This is stealing. This is taking candy from a baby. This is walking into the bank, opening the bag, and they put all the hundreds in. No, this is a max play. I mean, The Eagles are going to stomp on the Rams. The Rams are good. We said the Rams were going to be good preseason. We were all on their over win total. But this is not the spot where you want to be. Like, this game is way outside of a touchdown. This is not, you're not going to be trying to say, oh, the Rams can lose by 3, maybe. No, that's not going to happen. Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. I'm in love with this one.
They looked good last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the Eagles haven't really been that convincing this year. They haven't been the convincing Eagles of last year.
Especially after last week.
Aren't they 4-0?
Dominated every. What?
They're 4-0, right?
Yeah, but like
You
there's.
just said they haven't looked
No, I didn't remember the record. I was generally asking.
Yeah, they're undefeated. Yeah, they're the one of the 2 undefeated. I think it's just them and San Fran. But yeah, they just don't look that dominant as of last
And
year.
they haven't really found.
And there's just something about this game that I think like Rams put themselves in like the talk of like them being actually good.
Ooh.
Like I just think
Dang,
like
bring us back.
maybe we can do like a little playoff run at around 500 and Matthew Stafford. I will only be betting this game on the Rams side if Cooper Kupp's in the game. If he's not, I'll just won't bet it.
How far do you think this line moves if he's playing at all? Do you think this line 4.5?
If Cooper Kupp's playing, it'll go to 3, in my opinion.
That's a point.
I just think Rams defense is good enough to control the game. Where if Cooper Kupp and Nakua are just like with Kyron Williams balling, I think their offense can slow down. Like Eagles' offense won't be on the field that long. They can do long drives, methodical 6-yard passes. Kupp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That keeps the Eagles' offense off the field. And I'm obsessed with this under. I love this under so much. They're not going to score a lot of points because I like the Rams if Cooper Kupp plays. I think it's going to be one of those slow defensive games that they just keep each other in it, and I just love the under.
Ooh, wow. Tate?
Yeah. I watched the Rams play last week. I was all over the Rams over the Colts last week.
Not a convincing win, but a win.
Well, I think it was easily a convincing win until Matthew Stafford couldn't walk at the end of the game. He was hobbling onto the field after every drive.
Yeah.
That was like historic drive to win the game. I think it's really going to depend on how healthy he actually is because the Eagles are a good enough team to be like, wait, Matthew Stafford is hurt. Let's try to chase him
Sweep
out.
the leg.
Well, their defensive line.
No, their defensive line, like
game.
Fletcher Cox can go in there on any given
The
play.
rookie,
and just-
Jalen Carter, looks
Jalen Carter's incredible.
Georgia.
That
Steal.
defensive line could quite literally put the backup for the Rams in on the first drive, and
Quick
we
throws,
might
Cooper.
we might never see Stafford for the rest of the game. And I mean,
Wow, what a
Stafford,
call.
Stafford is a super tough guy, and he's an absolute stud. He looks really great this year, but I just can't. I don't want to bet on Stafford's health. I actually do really like the Rams, so I think this is actually a super. I'm going to take the better team, the healthier team in the Eagles this week. Minus 4.5. Yes.
Minus 4.5. To the Rams fan, tell them why the Rams are going to win.
Well, actually, I'm terrified of this line. I watched what Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown could do last week. I think last week was, although I agree the rest of their wins weren't convincing, and even last week
They should have lost last week, but yeah.
wasn't necessarily the most convincing, but I think they showed highlights of what they can be. It scares me a lot. And yes, although Rams were up by a majority for the rest of the game, or for the entire game until the end where the Colts kind of closed that gap. I'm just really scared of this line. I don't ever want to bet against my team, but similar to with the line of logic that like AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts can score so fast, also that Stafford has Kupp and Puka and everyone else, I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I'm going to go the over of 50. That's the only line.
Ooh, going against the grain over there. I like it. Mario, round us out here on this game.
Okay, for this game, I'm leaning on the Eagles minus 4.5. I don't love it. If I had to pick a side, though, that's where I would go.
I get it.
Yeah. I could see this being a close game. I have a little bit more to say about this game, so I'll save it for later.
We're saving this for later.
I will save it for later.
Wow.
Solo Rams.
If you've been watching the pod for long enough, you know what that means. The
The
best bet we give out on the show, Mario's Mortal, will be probably on the total for this game, what it sounds like. But we're moving on. Last game of the NFL weekend that we want to hit. Huge game, Sunday night game. Cowboys at 49ers.
yeah.
This is the game of the week. This is the best game of football that will be played, arguably to date in the NFL.
Yeah.
This might be the best
I
game
agree.
we've seen all year.
I agree.
Cowboys at 49ers. 49ers favored by 4 at home, and the total is 45. Kick us off on this game. Where are you leaning? There's so many different directions.
Yeah.
I can convince myself to go this way.
There's so many different directions. I do not know what to do with this game.
It's crazy.
It is actually crazy. This is just such a sweat. I'm actually I'm not even gonna say a lot about this game because I kind of want to hear.
Saving it for later.
No, gosh, I could never borrow this game. This game is too complicated.
So sick.
Yeah.
This is an out of worldly realm of a game.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just gonna take the Cowboys plus the points, not the money line. I think I just like them within the points. I think both these teams are dogs. I think it'll be a true test to see what team is actually really good and what team is actually okay, or if they're both just really good.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna take the Cowboys plus the points and see what happens.
Okay.
Love it. I love everything about that. I will be doing something very fun on this game.
Ooh.
I will be betting Cowboys plus the points. I will be betting Cowboys money line.
Whoa.
And I also will be live betting the Niners if Dak Prescott throws a pick. I think the Cowboys will control this game and win if Dak Prescott does not throw a pick.
So you're gonna bet Cowboys spread, Cowboys money line, and when
Yep.
Dak throws a pick on the first drive, you're
I-
gonna cancel out your bets with it.
I'm going to go all in on the Niners.
Okay.
What
Because
if it's a game ending
loses
pick?
his-
there's nothing I can do. But I
You
think
just light it on fire.
I just think the Niners have got away with a lot of the McCaffrey winning the game. Like Ayuk has 100 yards and Kittle has 6, Debo has 9.
McCaffrey had a decent game last week.
McCaffrey had
It
100
was
yards,
alright.
4 touchdowns. Like I just think they've
pretty
been
good.
they've been riding
It's
the
not bad.
McCaffrey train and every
Fifth
other
pick.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, how do we let him fall to 5?
That's the
in fantasy?
worst.
No,
That is the
we,
worst.
There's no universe I
Yeah,
would let that happen.
you too.
I had to take Justin Jefferson. I
You
regret it
did
every
have-
day.
yeah.
I regret it every day.
He's
I'm
not
glad
I wish
you-
I never
I
took
mean,
Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson's
pretty damn
25
good.
to
I wish I
25
never
week.
had
I'm
him on my
glad
team.
you live.
But
in
he'd
good
probably
bed.
rather have 50 than
100%.
I wish Justin Jefferson was never on my roster.
Yeah.
I wish I'm.
Wow.
But yeah, go ahead.
I would never say that about
Go
my
ahead.
team, but yeah, I just think the Cowboys look really good this year. I know they had a bad Cardinals win. Don't get me wrong, weird spot. I just think I think this is a great. I just think their defense matches the Niners' offense so well. Like it's just run, short passes, and that's how they get down the field. I think Cowboys D-line is going to be all over this, all over Purdy, and Purdy's going to actually have to win the game himself, and that's why I like the Cowboys. But it's all relying on Dak not turning the ball over.
I think
Which he hasn't this year. So I bet
That's
it's
not
not
true.
he had one.
That's
No,
not
I'm
true.
saying he hasn't. Last year, everyone's like he was leading the league. Everyone said bet is over. He hasn't been turning the ball over this year.
I
He
think-
has 1 pick in 4 games,
also
which
doesn't-
is
Well, I think
insanely.
I think what Mario said earlier on the podcast in the year was that when the Cowboys, when they get going early, they continue to roll. But if they struggle on offense like early, so it always depends on what happens early in the game. If they struggle early, they could lose the game easily to the Cardinals, right? And then if
What's with the run game specifically that
the
they're-
run game, and I think Dak's
'cause, yeah, I
turnovers
think
are
it's-
huge.
I think
It's
it's-
confidence in
yeah,
the
almost
defense. So,
So
I
you're,
think it's their defense.
so you're Cowboys live 49ers if Dak throws a pick.
That's
All right.
Sharp. It's a sharp. Actually, it's very sharp.
it might be sharp. It's pretty sharp.
This game is as easy as it gets. It's even
Yep.
easier than the Eagles game.
Yep.
The Cowboys, aka frauds, they are not even going to be in this game at all. The 49ers are going to come out with 21 straight points and donkey kick them in the face. Dak Prescott is not going to know what hit him. Brock Purdy, let me remind everyone, has not lost an NFL game. So all this nonsense about Brock's got to go win the game. Brock's got, like, the Cowboys are good. No, trash. They are literally trash. Diggs, not even there.
Yep.
Ayuk is going to destroy this
Run
team.
over them.
Kittle's going to have a good game, and there is no
and
one.
Debo Samuel.
Debo
Always
Samuel-
goes crazy against Cowboys.
Yeah, and
literally
also
always.
they have the best running back in football.
Yeah,
Chris McCaffrey.
Brock doesn't have to do much when he just
No. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 49ers are at home. We've seen the Cowboys start slow and get absolutely killed in games. I think this is one of those spots. But I do think they like score towards the end. I think it's a big lead and then they kind of keep the lead as both teams score up. So I am 49ers -4. 49ers alt spread as high up as you want to take them. And then also take the over on 45.
Absolutely, exactly on that similar thread of thought. Cowboys without Trayvon Diggs, and I think Micah Parsons is also out. They don't.
No.
He's fine.
Well, Micah Parsons definitely got hurt in the middle of last game.
He came back.
played the rest.
Oh, did he come? Oh, okay. Well, all right. I was wrong about
he read an
that.
article.
It doesn't matter. San Francisco's second best offense in the NFL. They are going to score. Take San Francisco -4. Take the over of 45, right?
45.
45. Bang, bang, bang. This is
Whoa.
No.
There's a-
What?
This is something. This is a big unit play. That's it. Just a big
it's
unit.
a big unit play.
Big
Okay.
unit play.
Mario.
I was gonna get a little eager, but I'm not a beaver, so big unit play.
Not a Beaver at all,
Yeah.
but you are a 49er.
No, I'm
You're a Ram.
Yeah.
You're a Ram.
Yeah.
He's a Ram.
Mario, round us out for the NFL here.
Well, Cardinals beat Cowboys.
Yes.
49ers
Mm.
covered against the Cardinals, 14.
Bang.
So
Transitive
math.
property.
So
Mathin'.
transitive property of congruence. Math.
Congruence.
Shout out Miss Williams.
Yeah, shout out Miss Williams. This
Shout
is going
out
to be a
congruence.
San Fran -4. Take the over.
Bang.
I think they.
go.
I think they win by a touchdown. I think it's a high scoring game. Sorry. I think it's going to be kind of similar to what Tyler said. I don't know if it's going to be like a 21-0, but I could see San Fran getting out to an early lead and then Dak kind of climbing back. And I think it's just kind of back and forth for a little bit. But I like the over, and I like San Fran -4.
You on San Fran -4? What? Are you on San Fran -4?
No, he was on the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
You
Oh,
two
you
are
said you
Cowboys.
wanted
Yeah.
to wait to hear. I didn't know if you were gonna say it again.
No,
Oh
he's
no, I
Cowboys.
said I was going
No,
to
he
take the
was- he was
Cowboys
Dallas.
+4, but I
Yeah.
wanted to see what because I said I didn't have a lot to say.
Oh,
But
okay.
I did
Yeah.
like. I do like. And
Yeah,
I
you two
still,
are Cowboys.
I actually,
like
think-
this.
I
We're
actually
gonna
like
be-
the
I
Cowboys
like
even
this.
more now. not
We're going to
gonna
be on
yeah.
two very different sides. We have some,
75%.
we'll have some good videos on that game. But yeah, that's it for the NFL. I mean, the
Second
Sunday night
highest
game
NFL percentage.
is going to be electric. I like how they saved the best game for Sunday, and they started the week the Thursday with the worst game.
Yes.
And they
Thank you,
counted-
NFL.
Like, you
Shout
tier
out
yourself up. That's
Yeah.
electric. Like,
Bears Commanders is a great game. Great game.
it's a great game.
It's going to
Sure,
be
it's a game.
another
a
game
great
of the week.
It's a game.
And speaking of great games, I mean, we have a whole lot of them for college. So I can't wait. Let's go talk some college football.
Get ready.
Massive games all across the board in college, and we have
Wild.
5 headline
Oh, yeah.
games to talk about, and that's not even covering all the action.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about some of these ones though, because I mean,
Strap
first
in.
game we want to talk about the battle of the 2 undefeated SEC teams.
Yeah.
Who'da
Kentucky,
thought?
Kentucky at Georgia. Georgia -14.5. Over under 48.5. Mario, as our resident SEC expert and fan of the LSU Tigers, they're in the conference and not the same game.
Yeah.
Where are you leaning on this one?
Dude,
It's hard not to, isn't it?
I mean, there's just no way out of principle that Georgia hasn't covered a game, dude. I gotta go.
They're 0-5.
If they couldn't cover this spread against Auburn,
They're not getting.
then
How could they against
then I'm
Kentucky,
gonna
right?
take
They ain't going.
then I'm gonna take Kentucky.
Yeah.
Plus 14.5.
You have to take Kentucky.
You
Probably
have
just
to.
a smart bet. You're 5.
No, you have to
Yeah,
take Kentucky.
I'm not gonna be betting this game heavily because
Yeah. You
uh,
gotta take Kentucky.
Can't bet against the number 1 seed.
no, I
No,
can't.
he
I
is
literally
betting.
am.
He
No,
will be
no,
betting
no.
against
But
someone else.
like, you can't bet heavy against the number 1 seed. Is that the
I might now
logic?
bet heavy just because.
Didn't you do it against South Carolina 2 weeks ago?
I was just trying to clarify his point.
Oh.
He's
No, I don't know what you're clarifying, but it's just Kentucky plus
That's
14.
the anti-clarify.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Kentucky.
clarity.
Kentucky.
Love it.
Mike, where are you here?
Yeah, same idea. Line opened at 23.5, moved down to 14.5.
Yes,
Which
gone down
is-
9
Yeah,
points.
it's ridiculous how much this line has moved.
Yeah.
Clearly, Kentucky is the play. Georgia cannot cover a spread to save their absolute life. So I think Georgia maybe win by like a safety, 2.
Sorry.
A safety
I've
or
never
2.
heard someone say that. in my
No,
life.
no,
That's a
no.
first.
No, a safety,
they win by
comma,
4,
2
I'll
That's a
points.
scoregami right there.
That's a score gone.
No, but
win
in
by 2
reality,
safeties.
Georgia doesn't like the cover. It's not in their game plan. Their coach hates
Yeah, it's
covering.
not part of their game script.
Yeah, no. So they love to barely win
Yeah.
and then still maintain that 1 seed by whoever knows why.
they do, yeah.
So clearly Kentucky is the play.
Yeah, I
Tyler's losing his mind over there.
I mean, it hurts my brain to hear that logic. That
Bah.
everything Michael says for NFL is like, well, all the public's over here, so it's got to be the other. Like, Michael paid the public. The line literally moved 10 points. 85% of the bets and 85% of the money are on Kentucky for this game. And then you're saying because of that, you're riding Kentucky.
100%.
That makes me lose my brain. I just lost brain cells hearing that. But no, they listen. They finally cover a spread here.
No.
This team, they're ranked the number 1 team for a reason. Obviously, this is kind of where I was saying earlier, or I guess if you listen to the Wednesday episode when we talked about this, no one actually thinks Georgia's the number 1 seed. I'm
they
the only one
suck.
up here who thinks they're the best team in college football. Everyone is going to be on Kentucky. This line is moving like crazy. Maybe if you wait a little longer, it's going to even get down below this 14.5 number. If it gets under 2 touchdowns, you're crazy to not bet Georgia at home. last week they had some weird turnovers on their own side of the field that caused Auburn to be in really good scoring position where they kicked field goals, got a couple touchdowns on the board. I don't think that happens here. Kentucky's fine. Devin Leary's a good ACC quarterback from last year with NC State, and he's playing well at Kentucky this year. But no, this is the week they cover a spread. So it was going to be an average play, but hearing what Mike and Mario said, this is going to be one of the bigger ones on the card.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, just makes. Yeah.
Tiger's going down 6 units on this play.
I liked Kentucky last week against Florida. I gave you every detail of what you need to know. It was an absolute
It
lock.
was a murder.
It was a murder. I love Devin Leary. I just think once again, I just don't see a reason if Georgia could be up 10, like why they need to murder them, why they need to win by 24. And Kentucky's a good team. Like the Kentucky's a good football team. They're very good. They're in the top 25 now, and I think this will be a good game. Now, do I think they'll win? Probably not. It's Georgia, but like I'm not going to bet against something that literally hasn't hit all year.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't been that.
And they can
close.
lose by 2 touchdowns and still cover. I love that.
I mean, I just think like I'm gonna bet. I'm just gonna bet somebody that said every time, and
Yeah.
it's worked every time. So I'll just take the Kentucky. I'm not gonna hammer anything.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not hammering it, but
I'm just gonna take it. But I do love the over. I think both ways. If Georgia blows them out, they're gonna score a ton of points. If Kentucky somehow finds a way to win this game or come close,
they have to
they
score.
have to score. Devin Leary's gonna have to score on Georgia, which Georgia's been susceptible to getting scored
Yeah.
on. It's not a crazy
Let's clarify something. There's a 0% chance Kentucky can win this game.
There's a plenty every game.
0%.
Every game this season, Georgia's had it. Other teams had.
There's been a
chance to win the
0% chance Georgia will lose a game in the regular season.
game. Okay, whatever Tyler says, fade it because it hasn't worked on Georgia. But I just think
Yeah,
I like
10%
Kentucky
chance.
plus 14.
Number one ranked team.
10 to 15% chance.
Tate, how do you feel? Am I the only one on Georgia?
Oh, 100%.
Come
on.
Well,
I could already see it in
Come
Tate's
on.
eyes.
Purely-
He's got
Here-
sunglasses
here-
on.
yeah,
I can
here
see
you
through
are.
his eyes.
purely through statistics,
I read the smile.
He's a stats
thanks
guy.
to Michael
right.
being our best college football bettor, I'm going to take Georgia minus 14.5.
Wait, what about the statistic that they're 0-5 and covering the spread?
Yeah.
What's
won't-
more likely, 0%
they're
or
not-
37%?
0-4.
Yeah, what's more
0-4,
like
my bad. 30, Michael's 37% card?
But here's the
0%.
problem. Here's the problem. I was in doubt, and we have a friend who is a smart friend who has a saying: "When in doubt."
And he's broke this year.
Put it on the
No,
dog.
he's not.
But yes,
Shout out
yeah.
Ed.
last week I put it
probably
on the
is.
dogs and I almost lost everything.
I'm saying you're never betting the money line here. Like,
Okay,
never.
but the logic that just because they haven't covered the four
They
first
shot
games
themselves
that
in
they
the foot a
won't
couple
cover,
times.
like that's
If
weird.
they didn't fumble 3 times
On their own
against
side.
a lot
Auburn?
of what ifs.
2
like,
fumbles
every
Yeah,
single
yes,
it's
every game there's all
It's
these
just
what
the Georgia
ifs.
team. Also, like I told you about Devin Leary, Kentucky. It's not like I'm just saying because they covered. I'm just saying you brought up a
They got to do it at some point.
Okay.
Line.
No,
Line
I
in the
respect
sand.
it. I respect
Hey,
it.
I didn't
put it
say
on the
that.
dogs. Put it on the dogs.
on the
Kentucky,
dogs.
definitely.
Put it on the dogs.
Yeah.
Shout
Oh,
out.
wait,
Ed.
wait.
Shout
Other
out Ed.
line in the sand.
We're staying with Mario. We're starting with him again. LSU at Missouri.
Yeah, we have to.
Another big game for LSU. LSU's minus 6.5 on the road.
Yep.
Over under is a big number, 64.5.
64.5.
Yeah. What do we think here?
And it's gonna be even. It's gonna be in the 80s. I mean, this game. Listen, we love to give up points, but we love to score points. This is gonna be a mega nuke over 64.5.
Mega nuke.
Megan,
And
Well
LSU's gonna cover the 6.5. I can tell you exactly how the game's gonna go. First half will be kind of back and forth. I think LSU will probably be up, maybe say like 3 to 7 points. Second, or specifically third quarter, eruption from Jaden Daniels.
Eruption.
Malik Neighbors, explosion everywhere. Okay, going into like the last.
Wait,
not-
what does he do?
explosion.
Explosion.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right.
On everyone.
He's gonna have 200 receiving yards.
So bet his player prop over.
Yeah.
Live player prop from Mario.
200 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, over 10 receptions.
Have a
I mean, it's
day.
just a Malik Neighbors day. Yeah, we're going to be up. I don't know. We're going to put up like 49 points. And then we're going to be up by like 3 touchdowns, maybe even 4. And then Missouri, specifically Luther Burden, maybe get 1 or 2 touchdowns. They're going to, lose by 2 touchdowns, whatever. They put up points. It was a good fight. LSU, easy 6.5. Probably alt spread this to like 9.5.
Wow.
Bang.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, are you riding with him?
No, it doesn't surprise me that the LSU lifelong fan is riding with LSU. on
Well,
this
I don't
game.
always ride with them, though, to be
He
fair.
faded them twice.
Yeah.
That's true.
He faded them correctly.
Yeah.
That is very true. With that being said, I'm gonna make this real quick and simple and sweet.
Okay.
One of my college logics is don't bet against a home underdog. Missouri is coming off a win over Vandy. LSU just lost in a very
big
close,
win.
crazy
The game
game.
before you took Kentucky.
No, he said home underdog.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, Mike, tell him.
Mike,
Tell
talk to him, Mike.
Talk
Let
to
him
him.
know.
I thought Kentucky. Oh, never mind.
Is that
It's at
home?
Georgia.
Yeah, home one. It's been the same
Some
principle
people
I've
don't
had
get
for
it,
the
Mike.
past
Some people,
5
they
weeks.
don't click for some people.
Regardless, regard me.
Needed to hear that once.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What are we taking, Mike?
What are we taking?
We just
I think Missouri has momentum. I'm definitely not taking LSU. I'm taking Missouri plus 6.5.
I love that.
Yeah,
it made me so happy.
it was
Yeah.
a big win. Big win against Vandy last week.
Hey,
for
it's still
Missouri.
Vandy. Come on now.
It's a big game.
Vanderbilt.
This is LSU.
Bill.
LSU wins big on the road here. Very deflating season so far. I would say honestly, probably the two most disappointing teams in college football are the Tigers, the Clemson Tigers and the LSU.
It's a
Tigers.
bad year to be a Tiger. It's
a
not
bad-
the year of the Tiger.
We're both we're both 3-2, and we both really can't do anything in our respective. Like we can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's very
We're in
deflating.
this weird limbo.
Yeah, I think. However, a lot of these players do have NFL draft stock to play for.
Yeah.
A lot of them are Malik Neighbors shooting up draft boards.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is in the mix of like a very draftable quarterback. Like you
Yeah.
could get him in like the fourth.
He'll
or
get
fifth round.
drafted.
Yeah. So I think
So.
some of these guys they have stuff to play for.
Yeah.
I don't think Missouri is that great. I don't think the SEC as a whole is very good. I think
Yeah.
they just have to
a
rank
weak
some
year
SEC
for the
teams.
SEC.
Yeah. So I love LSU minus 6.5. This is definitely on the card.
Yeah, I know Mario made a great point of doing LSU minus 9.5 was your alt spread. I'm gonna go LSU minus 24.5. You can follow it back in this pod. We'll get the edit.
Plus 9,000.
I've been
Clip
on
that.
I've been on Missouri a lot this year. I think they have one of the best wide receivers in the country in Luther Burden III. Absolute stud. Right now he's
The third.
The third.
Wow.
He's performing as one of the best wide receivers.
That makes me like it.
Performing as if he was the first.
No, he literally is out of his mind. But
Wait, what?
LSU, people think like this is my 6.5. Like LSU lost. They lost to an amazing team last week in a shootout 40-point game.
Yeah.
Like Ole Miss is a top 20 team in football. It's not a question. Like
Top 20. Yeah.
Aren't they ranked 11?
but I don't know how much better.
Yeah.
I'm nice to some people who don't think they're as good, but like
I love
Yeah,
Ole
yeah.
Miss. I love Ole Miss.
I think people sleep on the fact that LSU can put up 1 million, and they will. They're in rhythm now. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna put up 1 trillion. I love them. Alt spread it to the max over it. And they could single-handedly hit this over by themselves.
Wow.
Might be 72 like 25 or something like that.
I would love that.
Another 100-point week from the LSU game.
I would love it.
I would love it.
Tate, are you riding on the Tigers?
Yes, I'm gonna ride with
Bang.
the Tigers. I think
Ram.
this is
The Missouri Tigers, Auburn, or the LSU Tigers.
LSU Tigers.
LSU Tigers.
love
I
almost
think this
tricked you
is an
there.
actually like a really, I mean, like everyone said, this is a really easy spot to take LSU.
Hmm.
You have the 5-0 Missouri team as a
they
higher
5-0?
rank, like
Yeah,
Missouri is
they're
20,
on- or no,
21,
4-1.
LSU is
4-1.
23 as 3-2. If you're a public bettor looking at this game, you're going a 5-0 team versus a 3-0 team at home, and they're a better rank, and they're 6.5 point
I forgot they were
underdogs.
5-0. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
Kentucky.
yeah.
I thought the only undefeated
No.
teams in the SEC were Kentucky and Georgia.
Oh,
No.
oh,
Wow,
So-
look at me. I'm a
And
square.
the public's all over Missouri. I think this is a perfect spot for LSU to just be like, no, we're a much better football program.
I like it even better. I didn't know they
Yeah.
were 5-0. They have so much to play for in Missouri.
Yeah.
LSU's going to play heartbreaker. Oh yeah, I love LSU even more now. I didn't know they were 5-0. Wow,
So,
I'm adding 2
LSU
units
by
to
a
that
million.
play.
God,
Yeah,
I love,
3-unit play
I
now.
love
Alt spread
Missouri
minus
here
20.
so much.
Next game.
God, I
One
love
of the only
Missouri.
undefeated teams in the ACC left, besides Florida State, is Louisville. They're hosting Notre Dame this week, a Notre Dame that just upset Duke, or I guess played spoiler to Duke on the road last week. Again, continuing the road trip. Notre Dame minus 6.5, total is 54. Tate, I'm going back to you. How do you feel here about this matchup? Two good teams.
I've ridden with Notre Dame every single week this year except for the Ohio State game.
Mike thinks it's a bust,
But
And last week I was on them
and they covered.
and they covered. I'm going to continue to ride the Sam Hartman train to the moon.
Yeah.
I watched
man.
what was it, Jake Plummer?
Yes.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
He's terrible.
That was like watching paint dry last
We
week.
live bet them when they were down last week. It was the Friday night game, right?
Yeah.
For Louisville against NC State.
Yeah,
and
it's
we
a tough.
they barely beat. They
I mean,
barely
it was,
beat them.
but it was
Yeah.
brutal. It was like the battle of what quarterback could look worse.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, those two
So I hate Louisville. I think this opened up at like 4.5, and I loved it at 4.5. I think 6.5 is so telling of where this line should be. I think it touchdown, just under touchdowns, perfect. Notre Dame should cover this easy. Their defense is going to swarm this kid. He's going to actually see a real defense this week.
So all over Notre Dame.
All over Notre Dame.
Gotcha.
On the train, still on the train.
Yeah.
Going to continue to ride the train.
Yep.
First off,
Sam Hartman.
the over-unders for Notre Dame, they played 2 tough defenses and tough games. It's back on. I don't. Vegas has no idea what to put the over under at. This should be way higher than 54. Hammer the over. It'll be free. They're gonna score 1 million. Second, back on the alt spread game. Notre Dame. I'm not gonna be crazy this time. Just Notre Dame minus 13.5. They're gonna win by 2 touchdowns minimum. Sam Hartman's gonna be back in form of like actually scoring points. I'm not saying he's not good. He played 2 of the top 5 best defenses in all of probably college football. But I think they're gonna score a ton, and Notre Dame's back to scoring.
Yeah, this is such a funny spot because you look at the betting. 97% of the money is on Notre Dame,
Yeah.
and I don't care
Yeah.
because this is one of those spots where
Road to 100.
Louisville's a ranked 5-0 ACC team, so it's like you can't give them like a 14-point spread at home as underdogs, like. But Notre Dame they're actual dogs this year. Like, they only lost on a last-second play to what some people may think is the best team in the country in Ohio State. Definitely a top 5 team. And, I mean, they've beat some really good schools. Notre Dame has a tough schedule ahead of them, too. They have a lot of big games coming up. And I think they cruise on this one. So, yeah, I blowout win here for Notre Dame. I really don't think – I don't see how this stays close. I watched Louisville play very closely. They don't have even the same caliber of player as Notre Dame. It's going to be like a shocking difference there.
Yeah, completely agree. Louisville can't score when they play any type of defense, and they also have nobody. This is a very easy -6.5 Notre Dame bet.
Quickly, I just want to point out, last game you said something you always have to bet and you never bet against is home underdogs.
Oh, no, this is different.
This
very different.
And
Very, very different.
With the public. So this is a home underdog against the public that you said you always take.
Very, very different.
The next game we talk about, you're not on it anymore.
Well, no, okay. See, so thank you for calling me out. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Because we need the whole.
So now you're on Louisville.
It was
No,
it was
no.
so fresh
We
in my
need to
mind
all
because
hold each
you
other
just said-
accountable.
because you just said it.
But we also have to realize that for every rule there is an exception. Sam Hartman is the exception, and Louisville is also the exception. It's a double exception because Louisville
one of
is
your
so
rules
bad.
was also
Exception,
that you hate Sam
inception.
Hartman.
It's a double exception.
That was a rule.
Oh, okay.
Until last weekend, I saw him stand out of the tent for Riley Leonard, and now I'm all over the Sam Hartman
So
trade.
rules don't matter.
I'm starting to think.
So bad
I'm
right
starting
now.
to think these rules aren't really as
They're
important. as you make them
guidelines.
seem.
They're guidelines.
By the way, Notre Dame plays USC this week. Does anybody think it could be a
Notre Dame?
What?
I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
Notre Dame. Wait.
Notre Dame plays
This week
Louisville.
they play Louisville.
No,
Whereas
next
the
week.
game
Oh, you
we
said
just
this week.
You said this week.
Yeah, you did say
Sorry.
this.
No, sorry. Yeah, no. Next
Look
week they
ahead
play
spot?
USC.
They're gonna roll
I was gonna
USC.
say,
But anyways,
look
all
ahead
right,
spot, yeah.
you're on Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, big,
That's the only
easy.
Because you
We're
got to
thinking
fade your
about
own rule.
Louisville.
Mario,
Well, guideline.
it's a guideline. It's a rule.
All right.
I feel a certain way about this game. I may have something to say about this later.
Bang!
Dun dun dun.
Wait, that's the second one.
Wait, how many?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
two.
Upset. There's
No.
an upset and immortal.
no. Just
There's an upset.
stay tuned for later in the show.
Okay, all right. I'm
You guys aren't ready.
so lost now. on
Wait,
what
yeah,
we're
no,
waiting
I-
for.
No,
There's
you
two
guys weren't
guys.
ready for the
Upset
curveball.
The more games we talk about, the more Mario says wait till later in the show.
No, it's just these
His
two.
model is
They'll
going to
figure
be a
out.
standalone parlay. He's gonna have.
What? Like,
Don't steal my.
All right.
in the
We
world?
should give Mario his own 4-legger.
We honestly should.
No
Separate
kidding.
section. If Mario goes 9-1 in his first 10 weeks, you get your own segment.
I'm down.
All right, cool.
You
I'm
get your own
down for
segment.
that.
That's
You're
lit.
5-1. You only need 4 more.
Okay.
You get your own segment. Second to last game, next game on the highlights list, Washington State at UCLA. Our resident Bruin over there will kick us off in a minute, but it's a shocking number, a surprising
Yeah,
number.
how-
This number slapped me in the face when I saw this. UCLA minus
Johnson.
3.5 over the 13th ranked Washington State Cougars. I mean, crazy number.
Crazy.
Total is at 59. Tate, please make this make sense to me. Make this make sense
He has
to
no
me.
idea. No, he has no idea.
Someone slap me in the face and tell me I'm dreaming. I have no idea what's going on. That's why you just have to go with the common sense and bet UCLA. I mean, this is just
Wait,
out of
what?
control.
Tate did have a dream.
Did you
I-
say
I had
No,
a dream.
You say common sense says well,
That
okay.
one day,
Slow
little.
down over there, Martin.
No, Tate's dead serious.
All right.
He had an actual.
I had a dream. UCLA
one
was
day.
up in the first quarter. Midway through the first quarter, Washington State goes ahead. They're ahead the whole game. In the fourth quarter, Washington State goes all the way down the field. They have the lead. They go all the way down the field. They turn the ball over on the 30-yard line on 4th and 1. UCLA goes down the field, scores
Dude,
a
this is-
touchdown.
No, like he had
They
a
go,
legit dream.
No, this is the actual dream. Swear on my life. They go up by 5, and then Washington State comes down the field, it doesn't win the game. It was 22-29.
Dude.
Or 22-27.
Win
Sorry.
by 7.
Okay, I have
22 to 20.
chills.
22-27. UCLA wins by 5.
I have
Wow.
chills. That's
The exact score. So you're betting.
Exact score.
You should bet
Weird.
the exact score.
Put it right here.
27-20. I don't know how they get to 22. I tried to do the math in my head. It doesn't make any sense. There's got to be a missed extra point or something.
Michael's double safety.
Yeah, double safety. Come on
That
now.
can always get you there. Okay, but exact score whale play.
Yes, 22-27 UCLA.
22-27. I don't know how I bet against that, but Ryan, tell me why I have to.
No. I looked at this. I looked for a long time on this line.
Ryan said he's got some.
I got some
I'm gonna
just
freak out about.
No, yeah. So last week Tate was talking about his mortal of Oregon State over Utah, and you were saying because Utah barely scored against UCLA, and UCLA's not this stout defense or anything, or nothing crazy. I looked at a lot of numbers. UCLA is top 10 in every statistical category for defense: passing, rushing, yards allowed, points allowed, literally everything.
Yeah.
And that made me fall in love with it. I'm on UCLA minus 3.5.
Yes, baby!
And not only
Come
am I
on.
not betting it because of a number or anything, I actually looked into it and I actually really like it. I think Washington State faces their first defense all year, and it is UCLA. And also, Pac-12 is literally upset central when
They
teams
eat
just play.
themselves apart, yeah.
It's the home team that just upsets randomly. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Vegas knows
The
something.
most cannibalistic.
I
100%.
love
Yeah.
this line. I think it does stay. Cameron Ward's too good to let this be a blowout, in my opinion. And I just think UCLA covers. Like it'll be like 6 to 8 points, but they'll cover.
Yeah.
And I love UCLA.
I'm not going to pretend to be smart enough to know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Same.
Take us home.
Same.
Sometimes I try to like analyze like, oh, they want you to do this and do this, but dude, I've watched Washington State play football.
Yeah.
And they're like really good.
That
like
receiver,
like really,
was
really.
it Josh Kelly? Is that
Kelly,
Josh Kelly and Cam Ward. I mean, like they're a really, really good team. I've watched UCLA play and get absolutely just floored.
Put
by
up
the
7 points
by the
against
Utah
Utah.
defense. Like I've watched. Like,
Oregon State killed
make
Utah.
it make sense. I can't. I'm sorry. If I'm like Mike said last week, if I'm a fish, I'm swimming. This is the definition of that line. Washington State plus 3.5 in the money line. Like this is gonna be. I'm not even gonna like whale play it. I'm gonna put 5 units on it, and I'm not gonna watch the game, and they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns, or I'm just gonna be shocked and Tate hits his exact score. I hope he hit the exact score.
Yeah.
But if it's not that exact score, I mean, just give me the points. You're taking the points with the way better team and a Heisman candidate quarterback. Like, don't overthink this one. It's Washington State.
Very similar mindset. I am not going to try and be smarter than what Vegas is playing out. If I'm being completely honest, I've watched one game with Washington State, which was against Ohio State, which was
You mean Oregon State?
Oregon State, sorry.
Avatar game.
DJ's first Avatar game. And the only UCLA game I watched was against Utah, who they didn't win. They
They gave
actually-
up
Oregon
one
State.
offensive touchdown.
Oregon State killed Utah.
No, I'm talking about UCLA
No,
first.
I know.
Oh, okay. Regardless.
He didn't
Sure.
understand that connection.
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I didn't understand.
Just let
that
it ride.
connection.
Yeah, just
Let
let
it
it
ride.
Broncos.
Either
country.
way, I am too stupid to pick a side here, so I'm not going to. I'm not touching it.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Mario. That was 2 minutes.
You had to explain why it was good.
That was
Yeah.
a long explanation for why we're not taking a side. Mario, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Very simple. What I wrote Washington State plus 3.5. Just keep swimming.
Okay.
Yep, it's the same as
I'm
me.
a fish.
If you're a fish, just keep swimming.
Swimming, fish just keep drowning.
I love
lately.
this.
No, you
Fishes
can't.
are drowning.
No, you can't drown.
Getting caught in a little like 6-pack plastic shit, like, you know, like a turtle.
All right.
Happy feet. over
Straws up the nose, you know.
You put straws up the nose if you're a turtle?
No, well, I mean,
friends of the pod.
In New York,
Friends of the pod.
in New York, they do. Those turtles do.
here. Those rats.
What are they doing?
you know what they're doing.
What are they doing over
It's like the Dominican
those Ninja
Republic
Turtles are
turtles,
crazy.
you know.
The
I have
Ninja Turtles.
legitimately no idea what's going on.
No.
Oh, like Leonardo in them.
Who?
Yeah, Leonardo.
Like the
Yeah,
Ninja
Leonardo.
Turtles.
Yeah.
What was it? Michelangelo, Leonardo.
Donatello, Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the
That's fine.
TMNT,
Friends of the
baby.
pod, though.
TMNT.
Ninja Turtles, thank you.
Yeah,
We have
Washington
one more
State.
game to talk about.
Game of the week.
Game of the month.
It might be one of the biggest games of the year.
Yeah.
It is the
Bang! 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 Red River Murder! Bang!
It's the Red River rivalry.
Red River can suck my asshole!
Wow.
Red River!
So both the teams you hate because the Red River rivalry can suck your ass.
You shut up! You shut
You
up!
can't read.
You dyslexic
Calm down there.
You can't even say the word dyslexic correctly.
Ah!
He's starting to foam at the mouth. All right, as I was saying, it's the Red River Showdown. Oklahoma at Texas. Texas minus 6.5. The total is 60. And then I'm just going to yield the floor. Go ahead. Whatever. I know.
Yeehaw!
Go
So,
ahead.
anyways, to be completely honest,
Anyways,
the actual sharp better Michael here talking to you right now.
Yeah, that's who we're
37%
talking
guy,
to.
yeah.
That's who we're talking to.
I probably wouldn't advise taking Texas spread, although I'm going to do it because I'm a Texas fan. Go Longhorns, hook 'em. I really genuinely hope that we cover. I don't think we will. I will definitely be hammering our Texas money line. So back to the shoey. Yeehaw, baby. Yeehaw. Oklahoma is clearly a good team. They clearly, I mean, they're relevant.
The way you transition from like just mumbling nonsense, like just screaming, and
Back
then
to
just
sharp better, Mike. Yeah, we're not going to cover.
Oklahoma. They have
They have a quarterback and a wide
That's
receiver and
crazy.
a coach.
Oklahoma's relevant. I hope Texas wins. Don't take the spread, but I'm going to bet the spread, and I'm hammering the money line of Texas. Hook 'em horns. Let's go.
Okay.
Red River murder. 49-0. Second year in a row. Let's
You guys
go.
are 49.
Go.
You're 49-0 against the Oklahoma Sooners.
No,
Last year.
Last year.
Oh,
Last
49-2-0.
year.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was 60.
No, it was 40.
It was 49-0.
yeah.
It was
Mario.
the Red River murder.
Mario, I think it's time to let someone else talk on this game.
Yeah. You
How you
say your
feeling about
piece. You speak your piece.
You feeling any soon?
God, where's
Listen.
my cigar?
Now, Texas. I'm gonna be unbiased here. Texas has played very well this season.
Yeah.
They have.
Great season.
The only game they've allowed a team to score more than 10 points was against Alabama, which is a good team. Oklahoma though, I think way better than Alabama, and I think Oklahoma has a serious chance to lose this game.
Oh!
We're going
If I ever
Texas.
touch my f***ing hat, I'll kill you.
Well, I'm on your side.
betting with
I'm going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus, did you not?
Yeah, I'm going.
That was a beautiful monologue.
No,
Pick.
He just did the whole thing to support you
sorry.
with Texas, and you just took the hat off his head. You took the clothes off his back, and you
was-
cussed him out while you did it.
That was
No,
the
no.
most disrespectful thing I've ever done.
No, it's okay. I
sorry.
forgive you.
I'm retarded.
This is Texas minus 6.5. I don't necessarily love it, but I feel like it's just the play to make. Texas is 100% winning this game. There's not much I have to say. Oklahoma's good, but I don't think they can keep up with Texas in their offense. I think this is a year Texas is actually kind of legit.
Yeah. I think Texas is legit, but Oklahoma is more legit. Texas is amazing. They're at home. They beat a really good Alabama team. Blowout in this game last year in Oklahoma.
Yep.
I'm not taking a money line side. I think the game stays close. Oklahoma plus the points is easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go against my pick to win the Big 12. Got to ride with my Oklahoma.
Got it
Sooners.
right.
Makes sense.
So I like them. Dylan Gabriel's balling. Their defense is actually really balling.
They're underrated.
They're
Super underrated.
very good as a whole. I like the plus 6.5. I like the money line too. I can't get away from it, and I do love the over of 60. I think if they're gonna win, it'll be because they scored a lot of points.
Ooh, Tate, round us out.
I did have a little fun fact was that so far this year, Texas has played JT Daniels at Rice. They played the
Good quarterback.
the worst quarterback that Alabama has had in the last 15 years.
Milrow
And
can't throw.
What was it?
Can't
5?
can't throw
and then
Milrow.
3
Can't
backup
throw Milrow.
quarterbacks. So
First real quarterback.
this is the first real quarterback. I mean, you could say Alabama was their first real test. They handled Bama pretty handily in Tuscaloosa. That was really impressive.
Yeah.
But I think this is an awesome spot for Oklahoma to make a statement, especially and Brett Venables too, after getting absolutely
game for
slaughtered
Venables.
last year. Yeah,
Big
I think they actually cover this easily. I think this is going to be a close game the whole game, and they have a chance to win it.
Yeah,
outright.
this is huge for Venables. Last year was his trial year, and this is his first real.
Mike, line in the
First
sand.
Hey, I have-
line in the sand.
Mike, line in the sand. If Oklahoma doesn't cover this, I'll bet Texas spread for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
okay.
Also
I like it.
because Oklahoma's 5-0 against the spread.
Yeah, no, Oklahoma's beast.
Look,
if they're
I-
5-0 against the spread,
Sorry, I was just gonna say I completely understand your logic. That's why I said I'm not super heavy
No.
on advising the Texas spread. I understand that Oklahoma can possibly cover it, but
Texas gonna win.
I think Texas is gonna win. I don't think it's gonna.
close to similar.
Yeah.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Horns down.
Hook 'em horns.
Let's get into the cards.
Let's do it, baby.
Now that we've covered all the games, it is everyone's favorite part of the week. Our best bets are every game we're taking this week, NFL and college.
Yep.
We call this section the cards.
Mario.
Lead us off. Tell me your NFL first and then college, every bet on your slate.
All right, starting with NFL, we're going to go Saints +1. Got to ride with the Saints against the Patriots. Don't love the spot, but got to ride with my team.
Got to ride.
San Francisco -4, already talked about it. Texans +2 against the Falcons. Texans look good.
I like that spot.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud's
out of this world.
Playing incredible. I got Colts in a pick'em versus the Titans. I like Anthony Richardson. He's looked very electric. Dolphins +11. I mean -11 against the Giants.
I was like, holy.
-11.
Minus 6,000.
-11 against the Giants. Giants are terrible, and I hate the Giants. Cardinals +3 against the Bengals. Bengals are not good this year. Kansas City under 53. Packers -2 as long as Jimmy G's not playing.
Okay.
Jimmy G's playing, then I flip. So
Ooh.
keep that in mind. Going to college now. As I mentioned before, Washington State +3.5. LSU -6.5. LSU also over 64.5. Clemson, another Tiger team, -21. Ryan Texas A&M over 47. Love that spot. Colorado -4 against ASU. Shador way. This line's kind of for memes. Georgia Tech +21 against Miami. I'm 2-2 on betting Georgia Tech. So this is the line to stand.
2-2 or 2-4-2?
2-2, like two wins, two
two wins,
losses.
two losses.
So whichever way this goes, I'm either riding or fading the rest of the year.
Gotcha.
So
I love that.
Big week for Georgia Tech.
Most logical thing.
Temple +14 against UTSA. Fade UTSA.
Love it.
Love that.
Kentucky +14.5. Already said that. Michigan -19.5 against Minnesota.
Bang.
Easy cover. Miami, Ohio -10 against Bowling Green.
Wow. Against the public.
I think
there.
it's 11.
Bang.
11. I don't care what it is. 11. Give it to me.
Give it to him.
Ohio State, Maryland over 58.
Bang.
And Syracuse, UNC under 60.
Wow. The full card.
The full card.
Love
It's a
it.
full
That's a
card.
card.
Absolutely adore it.
No
All right.
soccer, no.
No soccer this
Keeping
week.
it tight.
All right.
Keeping
Keeping it tight. Keeping it clean.
tight and concise.
Mike, are you going to keep it tight and clean for us?
Yes, but really quick before I dive into a full card, Ryan, please pick a number between 1 through 6.
3.
3, done. This, ladies and gentlemen, NFL is my sharpest part of my bets. So therefore, my mortal lock is a random number out of my 6 NFL bets. So with that being said, let's get into it. First, we're going to start with the over of 50.5 in the Rams versus the Eagles. Already explained it. I think it could be a shootout. We're going to go with next, against the public, under of 50.5 with the Dolphins and Giants. Skip over that one because that's immortal. Next, we're going to do Falcons -1.5 against the Texans. Bijan to the promised land.
Bijan
to the promised land. Yeah,
Love it.
I literally can't get away from Bijan. I love him too much. Hook 'em horns, baby. Next, we're going to go Broncos -1.5 against the Jets. Never thought I'd ever bet on Russell Wilson because I hate him, but whatever. It's a good line. It makes sense.
And you love
That goes.
Zach Wilson.
I do love Zach Wilson. But lastly, for NFL, we're going to go with 49ers -3.5 versus the Cowboys. This is going to be a mega unit. Go whale play. But
Goat whale play.
Goat will.
goat whale play.
Goat whale play.
Goats, whales, minnows, sharks, all that. Moving on to
You're
CFB.
swimming.
Fishes.
Yeah, amen. Moving on to CFB, we're going to start with Misery +6.5. Misery. You
Let's
know.
say that's gonna be a miserable.
Yeah, whatever. All
That
right.
line is misery.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to go with Iowa -2.5 against Purdue. Alabama A&M or Texas A&M over 47.5. Arizona State +4.5. Colorado.
Blur that out. Blur that out.
No. Blur that in.
Blur that out.
Yeah,
I'll
blur
shut-
that in.
I'll-
Fade it in.
I make it more clear.
Blur all of us.
Blur everything else out.
Wyoming +5.5 against Fresno State. 69% of bets are on Fresno State. but 44% of the money is on Wyoming. Let's go, Wyoming. And lastly is going to be Michigan minus 19.5. I've been riding Michigan since day one, week one. Let's keep the train moving.
I hope Michael's sharp this week in college football.
Yeah.
I'm sharper than
I'm
sharper than a butter knife,
We'll
baby.
talk about it in a sec. Beautiful. All right. We're getting the card. It was a tough start to the year. I mean, we're just about 50% on the picks, but 1-5 on the mortals. This is the week we got to turn around. I'm in the gutter right now. I mean, I haven't been up
There's only one way.
There's only one way is up. So my only one way is up, full card, 21 games. Let's ride. Jags plus 5.5 against the Bills. Already talked about that. Colts in a pick'em against the Titans.
Like that.
Love it. 49ers, large play against the Cowboys. I really, really, really like this game at home for the 49ers. Eagles minus 4.5 over the Rams. Again, really like this game. We already talked about it. And then the games we didn't talk about, over 43.5, Jets, Broncos. Two bad quarterbacks. Bet the over. Under.
Ooh, add that to my card really quick. Sorry. And the over.
Love it.
Mike's adding it too. I
And
love
the
it.
over.
I ride. Under 50, Giants, Dolphins. I think there's a lot of ways this game gets under. Every combination of ways this game plays out in my head, it goes under. If it's somehow close, it's not because the Giants are scoring points. It's because their defense magically shows up. If this game's a blowout, it's going to be 40-0. So the 50, this under is not going to even get. You're not even going to flirt with it. You're going to love this under. And then last game, under 45, Lions, Panthers. I just think this one stays under. I don't think the Panthers are that good. Lions have pretty good defense. I think the Lions win handedly, but I don't think very many points are scored. Maybe like a 30, 34 points total in the game. So I really like this under.
Like
College football. Here we go. Bigger card. Oklahoma plus 6.5 at Texas. LSU minus 6.5 at Missouri. Georgia minus the 14.5 at Kentucky. Against Kentucky. We talked about this. This is one of my bigger plays now. Washington State plus 3.5 at UCLA. It's I have no idea why, but just bet it game. Notre Dame minus 6.5 in a rout over Louisville. North Carolina minus 8.5 over Syracuse. I love this line. North Carolina, the least talked about good team in college football. No one talks about them. Drake May is still at the top of draft boards. He's kind of fallen out of Heisman contention just because people are putting up video game numbers and he's not. But don't get it twisted. This team is a very good team, probably better than Clemson this year, and Clemson beat Syracuse by around 20 points. So next game, Colorado minus the 4 at ASU. I am going to be riding with the public on this one. This is an overreaction of Colorado losing 2 games. Arizona State, people think are good because of the way they played the last couple of weeks. They're really not. Colorado, I think, puts it on them here in a big way. Arkansas plus 11.5 at Ole Miss. Ole Miss, one of the most overrated teams in college football. Arkansas with one of the least talked about teams or quarterbacks in the SEC. One of the best quarterbacks in the SEC, KJ Jefferson, puts it on him. Sprinkle the outright here as well. UL Monroe plus 11.5 at home against South Alabama.
Out of Louisiana.
UAB plus 3.5 at home against USF. UAB played great last week on the road at Tulane, had a couple chances to win, turned it over. I think they did get it done here at home. USC, Arizona State over 72. USC has not been hitting any numbers anyone's been betting. One thing they have been doing, scoring points, defense, abysmal. They're going to score there as well.
Except for the one Ryan Mortal of the over. Right.
Yeah, that mortal was a joke that it didn't hit anyways. They scored 51.5. Alabama, Texas A&M over 46.5. All over this number. San Jose State plus 9.5 against Boise State. I think they have a shot to win this outright as well. I don't like Boise State at all this year. And last game, Florida State minus 24 over Virginia. Over Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech.
Bang.
Wow, just beautiful cards.
That's a card.
No, I love
It's a big card.
No,
It's a
let's
card.
keep it chunky.
I
I like the
That
chunky
is a
monkeys.
card.
Yeah.
All right, starting off into the card, NFL going. I'm doing Bills minus 5.5. Just the better team here. Nothing to say here. Josh Allen is balling.
Sure.
Titan Colts over 42.5. Colts have given up 20 a game, and that's the Titans have been playing good game, and I think Anthony Richardson will throw all over the Titans too. Texans plus 2. CJ Stroud's him. That's all I gotta say. It's looking great. Chiefs Vikings over 53. I think he's just gonna score. Patrick Mahomes bounce back game to go crazy. Raiders plus 2 regardless of quarterback. I saw what they did against the Chargers last week. I like the Raiders as a whole. I think they bounce back. I think Jacobs has a big game. Eagles team total over 24.5. Literally love against the Rams. I think
That's a rough.
I love it so much. I think they'll score like 31. Beautiful play. And then going to my college football card, Kansas State, Oklahoma State over 54.5. Kansas State's averaging 40 a game.
Is that a Friday night game?
That's a Friday game.
Friday night game.
Friday night game.
Love it.
Get that in.
Quick, bag quick.
Yeah, get it in quick.
Yeah.
Oklahoma plus 6.5 against Texas. I love Oklahoma. Can't bet against them. OSU, Ohio State, Maryland over 57.5 will be a ton of scoring. Don't worry, Ohio State's back after a week off, bye week. LSU -6.5. Already told you all to spread it. Nuke. Hammer it. Arizona +21.5 against USC. Principal bet.
Wow.
USC doesn't cover.
Yeah.
I don't like USC. Washington State, UCLA over 59. I think the Pac-12 starts going right here and they score a lot of points. I think UCLA wins though. Freshman quarterback gonna go nuts. I also have UCLA -3.5 on my card. I just think this is a weird spot. I love UCLA's defense, and
Big
I don't
on the
know.
UCLA game.
I don't know. I have a weird feeling.
I never thought I would hear these.
I'm sharp, and I'm gonna stay sharp.
All right.
Miami -20.5. They're cover wagons. Sorry, you're Georgia Tech. Hopefully you're fading. Hopefully you're gonna fade Georgia Tech.
Well, we'll see after this week.
No, I'm saying hopefully they'll cover wagons. UNC -8.5. Joke. I don't like Syracuse. I hammered Clemson last week against them. Do it again. Easy bet. Florida State first half -12.5 against Virginia Tech.
Give me
I
the
think-
full game too. Add the full game too.
Put the full game on my card too. Last one for I won both of them easily. All over it. Clemson, Wake Forest over 51.5. Clemson found their stride on offense. I think they'll continue to do so with Cade. Michigan -19. They haven't given up more than 7 points. That means I'm asking for them to score 26. I don't think Minnesota's going to score more than 7, to be honest. I love this bet. Notre Dame -6.5. Already talked about it. Love a good spot against Louisville. And then the automatic card bet of the week. Temple +14 against UTSA. Fade UTSA as much as you can this year. It'll win you a ton of money.
Yeah.
Bang.
Tate,
Bang.
round us out. Last card.
All right. NFL football. Bills -5.5 versus the Jaguars. Raiders +2 versus the Packers. Love that regardless of quarterback. Chiefs -5.5 over the Vikings. Vikings over 53. Dolphins -10.5 versus the Giants. And then I'm taking the Cowboys +4 at the 49ers. College football card. We're starting off with UCLA -3.5 versus Washington State. Oklahoma +6.5 at Texas. Temple +14 at UTSA. Screw UTSA. LSU -6.5 at Missouri. Georgia first Kentucky over 48. Notre Dame -6.5 at Louisville. Wyoming +6 at Fresno State. Baylor, Texas Tech over 57.5, and Miami, Ohio -10 versus Bowling Green is my crappy pick of the week.
Yeah.
4-1-1.
best.
You need to be
Yeah.
betting that.
4-1-1.
4-1-1.
Really quick before we end this segment, I left out of my card so that I could let it be the last one, but I accidentally forgot because I am slightly stupid when it comes to Texas. But of course, on my card for CFB, Texas -6.5.
Oh,
I
me
have
too.
To do it. I literally
Me
have
too.
to do it.
I'll add it to my card for Mike.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Well,
And
yeah.
Kansas -2.
Those were the cards.
Forgot to
Very
say.
electric. Everyone has some meaty cards this week.
Yeah.
See, baby, we're back.
Big cards.
Even for me.
Let's get into the upset. Let's hit one of these.
We gotta
let's
get
talk
back
some
to our
upsets.
normal self.
Yeah, we need
Bang.
All right, it's time, boys. Let's hit an upset of the week. We've
Let's
missed
get back into
every
track.
upset the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was our best bet going into week 4 after week 3. It was our best
3
bet.
weeks we were on fire.
Let's get back to it. Tate, lead us off. What is your best plus money underdog of the week?
I think a couple people had this on their card for the plus points. We're gonna go with Wyoming +185 against Fresno State. Fresno State's just a bunch of frauds. I mean, their offense did not even look that good last week. I think their defense is all right, but Wyoming is an absolute wagon of a home team. I think they get it done as a home underdog. 5.5 points is the spread. Take the spread and the money line. This should be an easy outright win.
I love that. No, I really love Wyoming. Do you know if they have their starting quarterback back? I thought they did.
I do not know.
Because I might be adding that to my
I
card.
don't think that even matters.
Oh, I love that.
Their
I love
running back is a dog.
I love the confidence. I'm going to go with a little Marshall +220 against NC State.
Wow.
Another fraud team I like to talk about in NC State. After losing Devin Leary, I think they just crumbled as an organization. They barely snuck out.
Marshall's undefeated.
Marshall is undefeated. I like Marshall a lot. They score a great amount of points, which I don't think NC State can do. NC State barely,
Where's this
snuck
game?
out. It's in NC State, unfortunately. If it was in March, it would be
Why does it
on
always
my
feel
phone.
like NC State's at home every game?
They're always home.
But there's something in the water.
Fans travel well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Marshall on a sneaky spot here. They're a very sneaky undefeated team, and something just for the viewers that just like numbers and no logic. NC State played UConn and won 24-14. Marshall played UConn and won 28-14.
Wow. Sharp.
Okay.
That's sharp.
That's all you need to know. Marshall
that.
+220.
UConn.
That's sharp as a
I
tape.
like that.
Terrible program.
They're broken. 1-1 by 4.
All right. This upset last week, I almost gave you
The
what
best
was
upset.
one of the most electric upsets I've ever bet, a UAB plus 950. They, as we recapped on Wednesday, had a chance, a very real chance at the 1 yard line towards the end of the game to tie up the game, potentially take the lead late in the game. A bunch of mistakes caused that not to hit. I have another game at massive odds that is going to be very similar to the way this game plays.
to swing for the fences.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to get back.
I had it at plus 950. They were up 20 to 7.
that was actually a
I
great
could have
pick,
live hedged out in even money and made a free roll of I could have made $450 on each side of this line.
That's nuts.
So, but I chose not to hedge
you're
because
sharp.
I'm not a. But this week, I'm not going to hedge either. This game's going to be just the same. Vanderbilt plus 700 at Florida.
That's actually low-key
Florida.
good.
Let me
yeah,
quickly tell you.
Vanderbilt?
Let me quickly tell you why. Florida's season is over. It's completely over. They have nothing to play for. They're 3-2. They just got embarrassed on a national stage. This was their chance to get back. They had lost week 1 against Utah. Everyone's like, maybe it's week 1. If they string together a bunch of wins in the SEC, you can compete for something. They got embarrassed against Kentucky last week. They are completely demoralized, have nothing to play for. Vanderbilt's not that good. They are not going to be prepared for this game. Vanderbilt's going to come in. They're going into Florida. Vanderbilt never really has anything to play for. So playing big teams is their thing. That's what they can get excited for.
Yeah.
Florida's not going to get up for this game. Vanderbilt is. I think this is a huge... I'm very, very, very confident in this spot. So you're getting 7-1 on this bet. Put Vanderbilt on your card.
Put it on your card.
I like that. I like that bet. As for myself, I am 99% sure to date this is going to be my largest upset pick
Plus
so far.
125.
Plus 180.
What do we got? What do we got?
Massive. Plus 180.
I love that.
Hey, for myself, come on now.
For Mike Tesco.
We actually already talked about it, but I'm going to go with the Rams at plus 180. I genuinely kind of just think this is going to be a shootout of a game. That's why I have so much in the over. But yeah, I think if it's a shootout, it can technically be A1's game. I like the Rams here.
I like it.
Let's go.
I like it.
Let's
I
go,
love it.
baby.
Mario?
My upset, it's the ultimate play here.
Oh,
Not
yes. Oh, yes.
for me personally, it's the ultimate play. I've been ice cold on upsets ever since Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a hedge bet for me. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 140 because I have the Cardinals plus 3 on my card. So I've been ice cold. So either Joe Burrow gets back to Joe Burrow.
And you're happy because you're being
And I'm
Joe
happy
Burrow guy.
because then it's like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I'm happy.
It's the
again.
life hedge.
Yeah, it's the life hedge.
Yeah.
And then if I actually hit this, then I make money.
Yeah.
And then say the Bengals win, but it's close. They probably win by a field goal, and then I hit my plus 3. So either way, it's win-win.
It's win-win.
Cardinals plus 140 added to your card.
you're
Josh
betting-
Dobbs. Josh Dobbs is playing actually very well though.
When you're betting with Mario, it's a win-win-win.
It's
Hey,
always
that
a win.
logic is logicking.
Mario,
Yeah.
best on the mortals and best on the upsets.
Bang,
So
bang.
This kid's just the best.
You're going to want to tell what he bets. Now it's time
But not his car.
for what everyone's been waiting for.
Woo!
We hit the Mortal Parlay
Bang!
last week. Let us tell you what's the Mortal Parlay this week.
Add one more person. Let's hit it again. Ladies and gentlemen, people say there is no such thing as a free lunch. Well, we've changed all that. And we're here to give you a lot more than some stupid sandwiches.
The Subscribers Picks Parlay is a brand new way for you guys, the viewers, to have a chance at a free roll of all of our bets. Now, as gamblers, I know there's literally nothing better than a free roll. And that's what we intend to do by spending our money to give you guys a chance to win up to $1,500 for free every single week.
Here's how it works. At the end of each show during football season, we are going to be giving out our best bets of the week against the spread. These are known as our Mortal Locks. After everyone's given out their pick, we are going to be calculating live on the show how much a $50 bet would pay on the 5-way Mortal Lock parlay. Typically, this is going to pay out over $1,200. If all 5 of those bets hit this week, we are going to be giving away 100% of the winnings to one lucky person at no cost to you, the viewer, at all.
And all you have to do to have a chance at winning the Subscriber Picks Parlay is like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Us here at the pod appreciate any support we get on our videos. We can't wait for the week where we get to give away over $1,000 to one loyal subscriber. So if the parlay hits this week, We'll select one winner from our subscriber pool and announce that winner first thing in next week's episode.
We are locked in, boys. I can feel it. College football, NFL football is finally here, and we're going to hit that parlay multiple times this year, and you can get on the action and sweat it out with us right now. Now, there's a few ways you can do that. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, baby. Share with a friend, and you're going to win some money this year with us too.
Mortal Lock time.
The best time of the day.
We are going to go around starting with Tate. Come finish or skip over me and then finish with Mario.
Okay.
I'm relegated. These are the 4 picks in your parlay. Tate, lead us off.
Wait. We hit last week. So
Yeah,
I
we
just
did.
have a weird feeling about this week. All I'm gonna say is we going back to back this week.
Woo! I like it. Give me a back-to-back.
Give me back to back.
I need all that
Come
back.
on.
Tate,
Tell me what we got.
what's the first leg of the parlay?
first legger?
The first leg of the parlay is a line that absolutely had me floored.
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 Now, I might
On the floor.
be the non-sharpest person on planet Earth. I thought this was the most broken thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was
Oh,
just,
Lord.
Wow.
it's either the freest bet ever or I'm just stupid.
I love that.
I love that.
Either side.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
It is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, win-win. Yeah. We're gonna go with Alabama and Texas A&M over 47.
Yes!
Points.
Yes!
Points.
Yes!
Points.
I don't
Love that.
I really don't understand why
like it.
this point total is so low. I think if it was in Tuscaloosa, I would understand more. But it's not. It's at Texas A&M, and Texas A&M is the non-ranked team. I think a good coach in Nick Saban is going to go in, then put up points no matter what. I think Jaden Milroe is actually settling into that
But he can't throw. No, I'm kidding.
But he
Sorry.
can run.
into that position
He can
as
run.
the
He
starting
can
quarterback at Alabama. I think he's solidified in there now.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to go in and score enough points. They're averaging 26 and a half points a game. Just go in there and do your job, score 26 or
30.
30, right?
Yeah.
Texas A&M is averaging almost 36 points a game. I mean, they're putting up points. And at home, they're even better. I don't see how this goes under. I really can't see it. Someone please explain it to me. That's your first leg of the parlay.
I love that line.
Texas A&M, Alabama over 47.
I like it.
Bang.
Ryan,
Love that.
You're back in the parlay after a
back.
week off.
After Balls on the table. Game of the month.
Bang.
Max play. Oklahoma -20.
Max play.
I'm back.
You're back.
Hello.
And I'm better than ever. And I'm ready to stick on it. I'm
Bien
back.
vendido, señor.
Sí.
Bien vendidos.
Muy bien, gracias. All I gotta say is that one, shout out to the pod bilingual fans. Learn your Spanish.
Yeah.
Shout out to the pod.
Bienvenido, señor.
Last week I told you my strat. My card is so good, my motors are so bad. I picked a random generator out of my card. Guess what I did this week? The same thing. I have Toledo and UMass over 59. We're riding with the over train.
Wow.
Toledo. No, listen.
I think I like this.
Toledo
I
is
think I like this.
Toledo is averaging 42 points a game. UMass is averaging 26 points a game. UMass, there's 133 teams in college football that actually keep stats.
Yeah.
Guess what UMass is ranked in giving up points per game?
Oh, 132.
130.
132 out of 133. They're second to worst
You're
in giving up
sharp, Mike.
points.
I'm so
and,
good.
That's good.
And
Hawaii
good.
is number one, I think.
one of Tate's favorite players, quarterback for Toledo. I don't know if you want to shout out.
Shout out Finn. Shout out quarterback Finn.
Shout out
Quarterback-
Finn.
Quarterback Finn.
With
Big-
quarterback, with
big
quarter-
friend of the
with
pod.
quarterback Finn, big fan of the
out
pod. When he's a 10-point favorite or more, Toledo is 9-2-1 in covering their overs and 8-0 at covering this over number of over 59 or more points.
Stats.
I love that.
Stats,
Wow.
hammer. I did my research.
I love that.
love it.
That
I'm
is
back and I'm
sharp.
better than ever.
Wow.
Bang.
That is sharp. Give me some.
Come on, it's good. It's good.
I'm going to be hammering now.
Real in-depth analysis.
Wow, I love that.
I'm in the gutter still. 1 and 5.
The rain clouds right now.
Quick
So
skip.
are we coming back?
Yeah.
yeah.
Skip me and
Hello,
just finish the
darkness,
parlay.
my old friend.
Mike, what is the third leg of the parlay? What's your motor?
Well, thank you very much, Ryan, because you helped me select it in our full card segment. Although maybe you won't be happy because you're a Steelers fan, but I'm going to go with Ravens -3.5
Wow.
against the Steelers, who just lost 30-6 against the Texans.
Wow.
I have very, very, very low faith in the Steelers anymore. Not that I really have that much to begin with, but I do know that they have some problems in their coaching room. Matt Canada may or may not be there for a little bit, who is their offensive coordinator. I don't think the Steelers have it this year. I also really like the Ravens. I like Lamar Jackson. Like the way he's been playing. Zay Flowers is a fantastic weapon that they added. Let's go Ravens -3.5, baby. Come on.
I can't root for that, but
That's so sick how I
Come on
randomly
now.
chose that and it's against my team. Like that's
I know, that is sick.
Mike's so sharp.
You're
You
so
knew-
sharp.
He had to choose me to. You're just so sharp.
What did I choose?
Oh, sorry. For anyone who wasn't here because they weren't here, we weren't filming. Tate also did this when we weren't on the camera.
What are we doing?
He chose Broncos -1.5 against the Jets, but on camera, Ryan got the Ravens.
So okay, yeah, your mortal is the same bet that you just said, the Ravens. Mario, go ahead, round us out. What's the last bet in the parlay?
Yeah, last bet in the parlay. As I mentioned twice, I had two things to save for the end. That's
wait, what?
because two lines I could not decide between, and I thought this would be fun if we did a little heads or tails. Let fate
love
decide.
it.
Oh, I love this.
So, as I mentioned earlier in the Eagles game, I didn't talk about the over/under because I absolutely love the Eagles over 50.5.
Yes,
love this
sir.
over.
Yes,
Eagles are averaging
sir.
30 points per game, specifically in the last few games, 35. Rams are averaging 25 points per game. I love this over. The other was Notre Dame -6.5. I have them written here. Eagles are heads, and Notre Dame is tails.
Gotcha.
So we'll let fate decide.
Hey Siri.
Siri, heads or tails?
It's heads this time.
It's Eagles. Rams over 50.5.
Love
Add it to the card.
Love it.
Three
That's
overs.
electric.
I love it. I
That's
love that.
electric.
That was the first
Are you
line on
adding
my
Notre
NFL
Dame to your
card.
regular?
And then
card?
Notre
Lots of
Dame
points
will
this
go.
weekend.
Notre Dame -6.5 will just go to my
Lots
card.
of points
Yeah.
this weekend. We need lots of points.
That's
for the whole
electric.
team.
So if those four bets hit, you have Mario, Michael, Ryan, and Tate. Those four legs of the mortal. We're gonna pay you $650.
Oh my god. Not if, but when. Not if, but when.
Literally
When?
double the juice from last week, and we're giving you the $50 bet we're making on it. So yeah, $50 bet pays $600 to win. So total payout $650 in your pocket. All you have to do, subscribe, like, leave a comment, support the channel, and we're gonna throw some money back. And that's about it.
Just comment.
No,
Just
I have
comment,
I have a
comment,
mortal
share.
to make, but no one cares about it. It's a gutter pick.
I care about it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Come on, Ty.
Let's hear it. Get back.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
wait, hold on. I
Gotta
care
get back
about you,
somehow.
Ty.
I'm in the gutter. I mean, I've never been so down on a pick. I've never been 1-5 in anything. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, I'm picking under 20% for my favorite bets of the week. And these are the bets I'm hammering the biggest. So, like, even the weeks when I was going 65% for college, I missed the mortal and I'm down.
Oh,
Like,
actually,
that's how it works. It's
yeah.
like I'll bet every 1 unit play, then a 25 whale play unit.
Yeah.
A mortal that
Yeah.
just loses.
Yeah, that's
So,
brutal.
Can't do it. This week, it was my favorite line I saw on the card by far, and then Mike had it on his card. Now I'm depressed on it, so I'm just going to give it out. I'm not even
I
gonna-
think it's a
Not
great
even hyped
line
up. Wyoming
still.
+6 at home against Fresno State.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
No, I actually love it.
It's a gut feel play. Fresno State's not good. Wyoming's only loss is against third-ranked Texas, and we're close with them all game. Get me out of the gutter. Get me out of the
Get him
gutter.
out.
Get him into the mix.
We'll
Come
go
on.
back.
now.
Wyoming +6. Wyoming +6.
Wyoming +6.
Wyoming +6.
Wait,
That's it.
Mike had Fresno State.
No,
No,
we had
I had
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
I had
Wyoming.
It's just his
That's
percentage.
why, because Mike can't hit a college bet to save his life.
Don't worry,
so-
it's my upset of the week.
Those don't hit.
Don't worry,
either.
guys. Hey, we're gonna hit the mortal.
Oh, you're up,
We're
you're
gonna
up,
hit the
you're up,
mortal.
you're up.
We're gonna hit the
I'm
mortal.
up. Don't worry.
But no, we are gonna hit the
We're
mortal
gonna hit the
parlay.
mortal again.
I'm
Comment,
gonna
like.
I'm
do
gonna
all
get
that.
out of the gutter. These four are gonna hit the mortal, and let's pay you $650. Tate, please round us
That'd
out.
be-
Tell the people what they have to do.
What should they do, Tate?
A like, a comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on because you
Ding,
need to
ding,
know when
ding.
we're posting.
You do.
Share with a friend. Why not? You know, people want to see us.
Just let
they
us
want to
know.
win free money, like you. You might win free money next week.
Let us know you're there. We'll do it.
Enjoy the weekend. Happy gambling. Enjoy the bets. We'll see you next week.
Oui, oui, bonjour.